It's 9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate. Which is harder? Now listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Previously, I probably would have said 9 to 5, but the reason why I say is not because there's laws and there's things in place for employees and workers to where like you feel me to protect y'all in a way. I feel like somebody like DDG for instance, bro. Like when that whole thing went down with him and when that whole little situation went down, that we all know what I'm talking about. If everybody was just like, you know what, I'm not watching DDG no more. Like it's done. Like DDG's done. Like you feel me? He gotta go. He gotta go get into that investment bags. You feel me? Now he gotta go max all his badges out in that investments. You feel me? I'm pretty sure he got bread though. You feel me? Like he probably straight. You feel me? But he probably still wanna make money. But it's like y'all got things placed for y'all, bro. You feel me? Like unless you do something like dumb, bro, you get fired on the spot. But that makes sense though. That makes sense. It's like y'all got structure, and then it's like the streamers is more like their job, their money is opinion based. Yeah, they making more, but realistically, they not because they bills is more. You feel me? Um, and they gotta obtain a certain lifestyle. They don't have to obtain a certain lifestyle like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not true. Look at Dante. Dante is low key. He's on that your raised level, bro. But he's calm, cool, and collected.
Disrespect your mom like that,
She
dude.
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
All right, now saying you're his not. All right, now Silky saying, I don't know the full essence of that clip yet, but from them pinning like that, saying that his work is harder than his mom. Now, if you saying being to work as a mother and as a black mother, and then listen, I don't know about nothing about being raised or raising somebody in New York, but listen, I've been in New York many times. You feel me?
Spray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job is
chill.
you would have to actually have to go to work.
It's dangerous, yes. But in today's world, it's just like everybody at risk. You feel me?
And
Went to school, and still.
and paid rent.
Yes, I still work.
That's your choice.
That's
You're all over.
That's-
You guys are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
I don't even enjoy streaming.
Nah, saying you don't enjoy streaming no more, then why are you still doing it? It's find something else to do. Feel me? You got motion. You just capping. 5 minutes each person.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Same old, same old.
So my argument here
Same old.
is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5. Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro.
don't feel that.
9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking boot.
All right, you still gotta wake up every single day. Get on the computer. Some people work at home. Same thing.
Bullshit job and slave for fucking pennies.
Some jobs slave for pennies. Depending on your skill level and depending on some streamers slave for pennies. Depending on your skill level and depending on your education level, I ain't gonna pay education level, but depending on your skill level and your badges, some people don't slave for pennies, bro.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties,
Nah,
maybe
uh-uh.
you sign a few envelopes,
No,
answer a few
no,
phone calls.
no.
With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch
No.
that
When
never
you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier,
It's just like you gotta be an AI, bro. You gotta know like what's trending.
I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We
I'm
have to
still
deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought
You
we
guys
have.
got it made, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like they got structure and it's like opinionated, bro. Like their money is based off of the opinion.
I wish I had
We
it made
don't-
like y'all.
We don't have
I
to go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and
Like his monthly check is dependent on if people like Lacey. You feel me? Him being in Faze is cool. Like it put him on a bigger platform. But at the end of the day, bro, his check depends on people's opinion. You feel me? Like,
Put him in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
and it's like he can't, bro. Realistically, if somebody was to be like, I don't like Lacey because I don't like this person because of their skin color, right? Why is it a whole bunch of nets starting to be down here, bro? It's because of that water, but I got that humidifier on, so they should be up out of here. And y'all need to get up out of there. Y'all need to get up out of here, you alright? But dang, where was I at? Where was I at, chat? I low-key forgot.
Trends. What's the next
Shit, I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day.
God! I have to
And got
stream
dogs,
today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
All right, but look, the breaks, I wouldn't say that, bro, because, like, your fan base is strong enough to where, like, you could stream nothing. You feel me? And you could just chill and chat with them. You feel me? But he don't. That's not his body. Like, he's always doing something. I respect that, though. I respect that.
You got
High energy.
Like, you
24/7.
Faze, like,
you get home like you, kick back and get paid
I don't
big
even.
money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around.
wanna-
The thing is, he not kick backing, bro.
Doing things,
All of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I got a slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
not guaranteed?
I don't work.
They're not guaranteed, bro. Like, they get paid the same way you get paid, bro. Like, if you don't stream, you don't get paid. You feel me? If they don't clock in, they not getting paid, bro. That's a negative.
I don't get paid. It's simple as
Yeah,
that.
but you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your
He's not in the NBA, bro. NBA players have a guaranteed pay. He has to work for his pay.
decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't get
just
paid
to
either.
collect.
We don't gotta deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L.
Now, my counter for this would be they gotta deal with, bro, you probably gotta deal with people that's mad, hungry, hot, all types of stuff, bro. Like, real life problems, bro. Real life problems, you heard?
Oh, this is boring. We don't like
That's a troll, though. That was a troll. That was a troll.
Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
That's a
Guys,
good
like
point.
this stream.
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. Fuck that. Fuck this 9 to 5 shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I can call fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboys.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Silky, bro. I don't see it, but that's why I don't be knowing about like how the way y'all like the way the world's friend groups is structured. But the way my friend group is structured, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It ain't. I'm gonna be honest, bro. A lot of people be like wondering, like, a lot of people be like wondering, like, when like random people like try to like roast me or something. I don't really be like phased or nothing, bro. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Y'all don't trigger me. Like, y'all don't trigger me, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Y'all don't know this guy that I know, bro. Nah, listen. Y'all didn't met Taj. Y'all didn't met Mike. Y'all didn't met Gabe. We gotta redo this, bro. Redo this clip. Now listen. Y'all didn't met Taj. Y'all didn't met Mike. And y'all didn't met Gabe. Now the culprit of the roasting, where is he? I don't know. But y'all didn't meet that guy. You feel me? And if y'all would have met him prime time, All I'm saying, bro. Like, chat. I'm saying, bro. It's like, you feel me? LeBron not getting, you feel me? LeBron not worried about no little kids, no high schoolers showing him up, bro. Like,
Yeah,
he gonna keep
you
walking,
right,
bro.
Boy, you right.
If
But
one of
check
them
it-
try to dribble him up with the air ball, he not finna be like, let's get on the court. He gonna be like, he gonna laugh.
this out, my nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I'm like the
I think she knows
LeBron
something
of
she
this,
wants
you
to say.
heard?
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing flags.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
Hey, hold on, I need to get a thumbnail, bro. Wait, what should I do this for 9 to 5? Should I do like this? All right, there we go. That's a good thumbnail, bro. That's a good thumbnail, right, chat? Right, chat? That's a good thumbnail. Y'all gotta remind me to get my thumbnails at the beginning, bro. Nah, I gotta watch this video through.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason?
Yeah, because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed,
All right, now look.
go to work.
I will argue a cook job is harder than a streamer's. You feel me? I will argue that.
I had to deal with not only adults,
I will
but
argue
also
that.
had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day.
Nah, but when you talking about food, it's a different level, bro. Like, y'all dealing with them as like, you're my idol. Oh my god, I love you. Glaze, glaze, glaze. Meat suck, meat suck, meat suck. Feel me? They deal with them is like, my food's not ready, man. I want my food. I want my food, my food, my food, my food, 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 food. You feel me? Y'all getting glazed. They not getting laid. Not funny?
Tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. You know how hard that is?
For a picture, but that's cute. You feel me? That's not an argument. Now look, I'm on your side, but you gotta make valid points, bro.
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
you gotta
you
grind.
have that security of.
To a certain extent, you feel me? To a certain extent, a 9 to 5 generally has more structure than streaming because of its offers steady income benefits, legal protections, while streaming. It does have benefits, but I mean, their benefits equal to like y'all monthly pay. You feel me? So that balances out. Like, to be honestly though, I'm gonna be honest. If Twitch was to give y'all benefits, y'all not making bread. You feel me? Like, y'all not gonna break bread. Cause if they wasn't, bro, the job is paying for the benefits and all, not illegal protections. I agree. That was my point earlier. You feel me? That was my whole divider earlier. But the benefits, nah, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If jobs ain't offer benefits, if they ain't offer healthcare, all of that stuff, that's extra money that the job could be making and they wouldn't have to pay the company. Or it depends on if they have a partnership with that healthcare provider or not.
Oh, I have a job. I have a degree. I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would you
Job.
do? If you lost completely all your YouTubers, you had nothing, no one watched you.
All right, so they saying which one is harder? Now, I'd say in this aspect, 9 to 5 is harder. The job market right now is harder. It's harder to get a job than it would be for Lacey to fall completely off and then him start his own real estate business.
Anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would
Point
you have
taken.
to do? You would have to actually
Point
have to
taken,
go
us
to work.
streamers. And I'm not gonna lie. I think Silky's kind of agreeing with me. He hasn't said a word.
I'm saying you.
That's a slur. If I did lose all
And
my
I'm
phone.
not gonna lie. I think Jason kind of agreeing with me too. He hasn't said a word. You know, it's only people that talk. There's been these two Swag has said a couple things, but he ain't really stood on business too much. Feel me? But it's really just been so. I can't really take this debate serious. Apex, I said Apex. Adapt. Alex is just a troll. He looked like he a troll, bro.
Followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the
And
office.
I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
You're proving my point.
You would have to turn around.
You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
Yeah, but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there.
But look, and what you just made, she made your point. You just made her point, Lacey. You just said that she can go cook for this person, go cook for this person, go cook for that person, right? If you lost everything, if everybody stopped liking you, bro, you can go start this business. You can go invest in 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 this business, or you can just retire. You feel me? That's how it's like. It's a hard debate, man, because the deciding factor, bro. You talking about, bro, which is harder? Like that's like, bro, what you need to debate is something that's on the same tax level, bro, tax bracket. You feel me? Like which is harder, being a lawyer or being a streamer? Which is harder, being a professional athlete or a streamer? You feel me?
Private chef. You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook. You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, it's the truth.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the.
Yo, you see how Suki is looking at him? What? Are you comparing, bro? You mad because you gotta post it? Bro, no, hold on. I know he ain't say that, bro. This is why, bro. Listen. I'm gonna be honest. Faze shouldn't have done this, bro. They don't, bro. They shouldn't. That's the wrong group,
Something
bro.
you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 local cans. I gotta make sure I get the 4 local cans. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
Yeah.
Bro, my man said, yo, he's mad because when he gets brand deals, 9 times out of 10 they send it to you, bro. You have to post it on Instagram. Let's just say you don't. Bro, Adapt, you got assistants, bro. You feel me? You got a team. You're not going to go get it.
It ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is.
Yeah, they
Ron.
just
I'm a
trolling,
registered
bruh.
nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you.
From
Now listen, you gonna tell me it's harder to be a streamer than a nurse, bro? Nah, I don't care what you are, bro. You work in a hospital, bro. Bro, you work in a hospital, bro. That's one of the toughest jobs, bro. Like you dealing with death, bro. Like you dealing with people dying. You dealing with people dying fast, slow. Like, bro, that's OD. NGTA.
35 years ago.
I forgot.
I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative. I thought I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Now that you can, he probably gonna counter that with saying like 24-hour streams, but you don't do 24-hour streams every day. Like, you're not doing 24-hour streams 365 days a week. You're not working 365 days a week, but you're working more than you're doing 24-hour streams.
You know, have you ever?
Even Max didn't even do 24-hour streams for his whole stream. I think even Jinxie streaming for the whole year, and he's not, bro. He's doing like 7 hours, bro.
You get spoiled.
Bro, like nurses work for like 14-hour shifts. Like, nurses work like 14, 16, 18-hour shifts. Go home, sleep for like 4 hours. Then they gotta do another 14 to 18 hours, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, hospital, you can't come with that argument with hospitals. Hospitals got it. You feel me? They got it. Cause their hours is OD. And that at the top of that, they gotta deal with death. You feel me? Like, they gotta deal with people dying. They gotta deal with people, like, they gotta go tell, like, nurses, that's what they gotta go do. They gotta go tell people, like, bro, I'm sorry, such and such didn't make it. Bro, you gotta, like, mentally, bro, like, all of that trolling, like, kids trolling you, calling the SWAT, that's cool, bro, but what you really talking about, you gotta break somebody down, bro. Like, you gotta break somebody down, bro. Like, you gotta, wrong one, you gotta break their spirit. You're the person that gotta do that, bro. You like, for that moment, you're about to be the most evilest person in the world, bro, for giving them that news. Nurses don't get paid enough, bro.
Rhonda, I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda, have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight.
20.
Bro, I'm pretty sure she's worked 30 days straight.
4.
You sleep on there. She's sleeping too. Y'all be sleeping more than they sleep.
Hours a day.
Day and night. No break.
We all streamed.
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards.
And you have 2 30-minute breaks. That's an hour. She probably get like 4-5 hours off. That's what. 4-5 hours. That's what, let's say about 6 hours. She gets 6 hours off. Then she gotta do. Then she gotta go back in, right? Lacey, bro, you be knocked, bro. You be knocked for at least 10, bro. Now listen, if you mean to tell me you need more energy to stream than the assisting saving people's lives, then that's your body, bro.
See your family, relax.
That's your body.
We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how hard it is
you're a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo boo.
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you ever ran? You never ran a 3-minute ad.
pass trays. You're short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake.
There's fake relationships everywhere. But what about dealing? What about telling people that their loved ones passed?
Think about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person. We call them parasocials. They judge your relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out.
Bro, imagine you can't even have a relationship, bro, because you work OD. You could take a day off, bro. Like, you could take a day off if you want to take a day off, bro.
I got caught with my ex.
I got caught with my ex, and I got
Bro, look. Realistically, whose fault is that?
treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about
Nah, that's a big problem with them. Feel me?
what people think.
No
Social
offense, I like y'all
media,
Faze.
What they say about you.
That's our
Our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery?
I don't think this is real,
like when
though,
you're
but I feel like
helping
they
with,
just
the
trolling.
doctor, etc., or 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh,
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
What bullet did you take out? Feel me? What cancer did you stop, bro? What ACL did you help? What Achilles did you work on? We talking about We not talking about up here. Like, okay, I can understand y'all give people the strength, like mentally, but we talking about real. Like, we talking about like, bro, like you feel me? Like, nah, real life. Like, bro, if they don't do this, it ain't no like, oh, this person mentally is like messed up if they don't get to watch this stream. Now, this person won't be able to this person won't be able to have a mental if this person don't get this bullet out. You feel me? What you talking about? Now I'm definitely turn this off, bro. Like, what is the point of
All right,
this?
so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yeah.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
part of the
editors,
Faze team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
Realistically, look at him. Hey, all right, now look. Fake. It is a group effort, but look. Realistically, I feel like if you don't count planning it, if you just count the stream and more so you just, I don't know, bro. I feel like that's a valid point. That's a point to make because it's like 9 to 5 is kind of like you kind of got to do all of your job. You feel me? It's kind of like y'all got a team. You feel me? And then to like the nurse point, she said you could be shorthanded. Y'all not shorthanded. You feel me?
No,
Y'all shorthanded. Y'all gonna get a sub easy.
Here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9 to 5s, right? These companies.
But I've never seen construction ad. Boy, I ain't never seen no military ad. Boy, bro, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. That's invalid. It's not like, all right, streamers really put Walmart on. Bro, everybody been going to Walmart, you feel me? Like, realistically, like, come on, bro. It be like, I can understand, like, all right, y'all might help boost, like, y'all might have motion with the company, but the company already have motion, you feel me? Because if they ain't have motion, why y'all take it?
Hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
That's cap, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Why is there so many ads? I'm gonna be honest. What's a Nike? Nah, not Nike. McDonald's, right? Wendy's did not need flight, bro. Like, Wendy's was not finna go out of business without flight. You feel me? Wendy's was not going out of business without mulatto. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, McDonald's was not going out of business without Travis Scott, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
Why is she laughing? Bro, it's not. She's making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
Round 2, Ron. Streamers are high energy. Alright, I feel like he about to troll. I'm gonna go off his first one. I might skip it. I feel like he gonna troll.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
I don't want to hear
Why
no
do you
troll.
think a 9 to 5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
If you clock in, if you stream, you're guaranteed to pay.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you.
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Talk-
security.
Can you talk about raises?
Makes it easier for 9 to 5 people.
What do you mean talk about raises? Y'all get raises too. The more subs you get, that's the more money you get. You feel me? Y'all actually have a higher percentage of getting raises than an average 9 to 5 worker.
To have a job because they're pay is
Yeah, when you go to
guaranteed.
work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say well, that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm set.
All right, so are we talking about part-time jobs or full-time jobs, bro? Because if we talking about full-time and part-time jobs, then there's no point in watching the video, bro. You feel me? That's like saying it's harder to be an adult than a kid. You feel me?
And choose for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay. That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer. Yes, because
These are part-time jobs. These are jobs that you have no responsibility. I don't think nobody in this room is working part-time, bro. What is this?
the streamer you have to come
Hold on
up
a minute,
with
Chad, I'm skipping.
ideas. You have to stay relevant. There
Oh,
was
we're talking about ideas.
Yeah, it's no argument, bro.
Yeah,
We're
what do you-
talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to
that's
start with
one
though?
way that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
you
even.
started with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
Yeah, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your
Okay, people go to school for 4 years and go negative.
definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
Stuff
is
that you need
difficult.
creativity. You need to
Okay.
get out of your circle,
Gotta get up,
comfort
Sure.
zone.
work.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch you.
Bro, Chad, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Look, if you know, bro. But look, I just be having random straw papers, bro, and they be for the clips. But bro, it just be like out of nowhere. Like I be having random straw papers, straws. But then when I need them, where they at? Gone. Feel me? But I'm not gonna lie. I'm low key not feeling this video, bro. I feel like A&P should have did it or something like that.
Okay, you watch
So
YouTube.
much
So it's the
YouTube.
same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true. But you're talking about
Bro,
entertainment.
I got it's mad ads, bro. Like, it's like an ad every like 5 seconds. Can I switch? Hold on. Can I change this midstream, bro? Or is that? That's like an ad every 5 seconds, bro. Like, let me relax. All right, chat. I just turned it down. Enable ads to have a ad manager automatically schedule. All right. I appreciate the ads, but it's like, you feel me? I want people to watch. You feel me? They ain't gonna sub up. They ain't gonna sub up. They can't watch you, alright? Like, you feel me?
It as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is
it's
entertainment.
I got y'all,
entertainment.
Jack.
My
My
question to
Doesn't
you
have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully you can sit here and think
Then they just gonna throw
working
another
at, like,
ad,
Foot
bro.
Locker
I'm
or
weak.
something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example.
Yeah.
Is harder than a streamer
It depends on what you are saying the word.
Bro, your
hard
example
means
is a
to you.
part-time
in the sense
job,
of
bro.
everyday
Basically,
activity? Because
there's
some
hard-
people
So
are out here
none of
saying,
their points is accurate because they're thinking of a part-time job, but they're trying to get in the mindset
oh,
of
I
a
gotta wake
part-time
up
job.
at
But this
7
video's
a.m., 8
irrelevant,
a.m.
bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Your
okay, we have
point,
to do the same.
Ron, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're just trolling, and I really hope you are just trolling. Because if you're not just trolling, bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I really hope, like realistically though, bro, lock in, like just, bro. Wow, bro, are we cooked? Are we cooked?
Bro. Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to
All right, Alex has never had a job, but he's the oldest one.
say I
Now
do.
look, I'm putting my hope into my man's right here, and into Silky.
Respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing. It's a weekly thing. It's a month.
All right, who works harder? I'm trying to think, like, what's a top tier 9 to 5? A top tier 9 to 5 is probably like a lawyer, maybe like a doctor. Who works harder? The best surgeon in the world or the best lawyer in the world versus the best streamer in the world, which would be Casanat. Who works harder, bro? Kai gotta fly from country to country. Not every day, but he does have those times where he has to fly from place to place to place. You feel me? He, in a certain way, he makes his own schedule. Lawyers are, you feel me? If you the top tier lawyer, bro, you ain't no days off, bro. You feel me? Ain't no vacations. You are. You feel me? You might have to work on Christmas. Now listen, if Kai chose to stream on Christmas, he chose to. It's not because legally he gotta stream, bro. Or it's not because if he don't come in and do this surgery, this person gonna lose their loved one, bro. But they comparing it to 9 to 5s. They're comparing it to some 16-year-old at Panera, bro.
Monthly thing. It's
A little 16-year-old named Lacey at Panera.
Really think it's a life thing, and if they screw up, they lose their jobs, and they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker, their boss, they're going to lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers, and you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspective.
That is true, bro. Prime example, DDG. Come on.
That people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it, but
Cancel culture isn't true, bro. Like, you ever heard of DDG? You ever heard of the baby?
how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check
you're
it out.
done.
Bro, I'm glad he just said that, bro. You know how many times people get banned and they get, and 2 days later they back? Look at, bro, Rakai. You feel me? Yo. Down. Cause y'all can't compare, bro. Y'all trying to compare it to something y'all not doing, bro. You feel me? Your production crew needs to compare 9 to 5, bro. You feel me? Cause y'all comparing part-time jobs, bro. Y'all comparing 2 different tax brackets, bro. We don't do the same thing. You feel me? I work. Listen. I go get the stuff. I go put the stuff on. Wait, hold on. You're giving me the map, and I'm going to go find it, bro. Like, they're going to go find the stuff. The 9 to 5 workers are going to go find the stuff that the boss is going to go do. His assistant, 9 to 5 worker. You can count that as a 9 to. Would you count that as a 9 to 5 job or no?
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you,
yes,
you need to build that over years and years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers.
Of course not. It takes work for sure. But like, what you guys are
But
talking.
also, you don't just fall into being the #1 lawyer in the world, bro. I'm gonna keep going lawyer because they making lawyer money, and their workload is, I wouldn't say similar to a lawyer because lawyer is OD, bro. You feel me? But it's a heavy workload. They're a part-time job worker, bro. Once they're off the clock, bro. Y'all are never off the clock. So why y'all trying to compare to people who literally clock in and clock out? Y'all don't clock in or clock out. Y'all are always on the clock. Stop trying to compare. Like, I don't understand this debate, bro.
Of, like, the toll it takes on you. A large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and, like, talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
so
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 15 years?
Yes, it's. You're like,
come on, bro.
Like,
We already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take years to learn. But
you know what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Oh,
It
yeah?
started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick scope.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do.
It's a flex, but nobody playing Call of Duty no more, so.
YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All
And then I had to do Faze Clan, build Faze Clan out, fix Faze Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's why I'm saying y'all cannot compare, bro. This is your help. Pause. Not to say it like that, but bro, these are your assistants. These are your cameramen. These are your assistants.
No.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team. Was it just you? Like
No.
Okay.
It was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
for this
exist,
point.
if it didn't exist, you couldn't press
So the
play, you
fact-
couldn't press record,
So the fact
and
you
then
have
just
a-
talk.
All right, listen. And now his argument is y'all are, you feel me? There's no y'all without us, which is literally what I just said. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I diffused this whole argument, bro, because you cannot compare, bro. The only thing you can, like, in this argument, you will literally have to be in the same. You will not even, like, you can put the money aside. Money, let's say nobody makes no money, bro. Workload. You compare workloads, bro. You're not gonna say, okay, which is harder, being a professional I ain't gonna say professional basketball player, being an NBA being an NBA athlete, or being a streamer. And then if you wanna, if you go down that route, now you got different branches, bro. Now you got different branches, but you gotta stay on the same branch. If your man's talking about, Foot Locker and Panera, bet that's the lowest of the lowest. If he's talking about players that they don't, it's not even in the rotation, it's on minimum. Okay, for sure, bet. I'm gonna talk about streamers that you don't even know. They don't even got a sub button.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on, then boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials. And
okay, you got a platform you got an OBS. You guys on the stream on.
Mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
They just trolling, bro. Who next? They just trolling.
I got my rotation.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
What about Dead Zone?
Stick drip.
Stick drip.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers. Children.
All right, here we go. All right. Silky is a high energy IRL and GTA 5 streamer known for I'm gonna be honest, known for interactive stream. I wouldn't say that. No disrespect, but bro, like I feel like Silky's known. I mean, like now, bro, Silky, like I think of Silky, I think of this, bro. He just be linking with mad females, like that's his body. GTA, like that's back in the day, bro. Like, that's not now. So why you put that up there? You feel me? That's old. 60,000 peak is crazy though. Congratulations, bro.
My name is Thelma. Pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children,
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that, you know, because it's who you are that you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're
not
doing it
streaming
now
right
because we're doing a video.
So wait, isn't she debating for it? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on.
All right, right now. Let's end this. Let's end this right now because I can see that they're trolling and this is just taking up time for the stream. Right now, what is it? What's harder for them to do right now? Right? Is it harder? Are you gonna, bro? Like you can't even like, cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Look, if you was to put a streamer into a part-time job, they gonna BS, bro. Which is what you do in a part-time job, bro. It's a part-time BS, bro. Like they trying to compare like two different workloads, and you can't do that, bro. Like realistically, you can't do that, bro. I'm just gonna skip through it.
And a future with someone I care dearly for, or do I pick
Something that I
future
love.
for something that I'm passionate about in motion? I pick motion.
Yeah, but they trolling. I gotta take my life back, Faze. I gotta take my life back, bro. Yeah, bro. Faze is just trolling. I'm not gonna lie. Next video, bro.